Hey guys, just a quick video today. I am about to change tires on my bike. I've got these knobbies on that I rode out in Colorado last fall, and I want to switch back to my, not really street tires. These are street tires. These are Shinko 805s, which work pretty good on this Versus. But anyway, these tires, especially this back one, was just a bear to put on. The super stiff tire, and it was really difficult to get on that rim. The front one was not so easy either, but in order to make my life a little bit easier, I don't really want to take it to the shop and have them do it. I decided I was going to get a tire changing rack or machine or tire stand, I guess. And you can buy them. They've got them at Harbor Freight for like 80, 90 bucks, and you can get them off Amazon. But after doing a little bit of poking around, I actually found on, I think it's Dirt Bike TV, another YouTube channel. He has a design that he uses that looks really slick. So I'm going to basically simulate what he did. Actually, I got a set of plans from them. If you check out his channel, Dirt Bike TV, you can find the plans for this particular stand that I'm going to make. So I've already started cutting this out. Basically, what I've got is a piece of 2x2 tubing. I've got 3 foot of that, and then I've got some 1x2 tubing. You can see I cut this all out already. Did that yesterday. And so I had 3 feet of 2x2, and I've got 6 feet of 1x2 is really all this takes. I did also, one variation I'm making from the plan, it calls for 1/4 inch plate for the top plate, which the wheel will sit on. I had some 3/16, so I decided I was going to go ahead and use that instead of buying 1/4, just because plate's expensive and I had this laying around and I don't have it. The only way I had to cut this circle out was with my grinder. As you can see, it's kind of a hack job to get that out of there, but I think it turned out pretty good. It's mostly straight, mostly round. And then the other thing, you need a 3/4 inch rod. And I actually have got this is a stake. This is actually a concrete stake. That's why it's got holes in it. So I just cut off, I think it's like 7.5 inches, and I'm just gonna use that. I cleaned these holes out good so there wasn't concrete or gunk in there. I drilled them out. I may throw a couple of plug welds in there and just round it off just so gunk doesn't get built up in those holes. But anyway, that's the post that the wheel will actually set on. So got everything cut out. I need to get this thing cut to length, and then I'll get this set up. We'll get it welded together, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, before I burn this thing all in, I just want to make sure that I've got it fairly flat. I think this bench I'm on is fairly flat. I guess I'll check it on a couple spots here in the floors, make sure it looks like it's pretty good, and then I'll go ahead and just weld it all in. I'm not exactly sure what this stuff is. I think it's maybe Delrin. My original plan was actually to just go to the dollar store and buy a cheap cutting board and do this, but I found this in my son's stash of stuff from his projects, so I decided to use it, but it is super hard plastic. I thought I could cut it real easy with this little cheapo bandsaw, but I kept popping blades off. But my son has cut a lot of aluminum with that thing, so I think that blade is trashed. So the table saw method worked out great. But anyway, there you go, that's it. Threw a coat of paint on it last night so it doesn't rust, and I think that's gonna work good. Got it so it sits nice and flat and level on the floor, and these feet here give you a nice, so when you're working on the wheel, that's why they have these flat feet on here, so you can really get good leverage and keep it from moving around. So at this point, I think I'm ready to get this thing lifted up and get wheels pulled off and see how it works. All right, guys, so there you go, stand in use. And incidentally, I built this bead breaker too. I'll leave a link up above if you want to check out how I built that. These knobby tires are really stiff sidewalls, and I'm not a pro at changing tires. And when I did this before, one of the hardest things was just getting the bead broke without scuffing up the paint on the rim. So I built this thing, kind of a quick throw together, and it just popped the beads off no problem. Worked really well, so I'm happy about that. So I can already see that, I can't remember, I gave you the dimension before. It's been a week or so since I built this thing, but I wouldn't want that center post to be any shorter than it is. I think it was 7.5 inches maybe, but it's fine. It's not like it's gonna be a problem, but I can already tell this is gonna make life much easier for changing a tire. All right, guys, so this tire stand is an absolute game changer when it comes to doing tires. When I did this before, I fought and fought and fought this thing. It was so tight when I was, rolling around on the floor. This thing makes it so much easier. I highly recommend that if you ever do motorcycle tires, to get some kind of a stand, either buy one or build one like I did. Just so much easier. I can't even tell you how much easier that makes it. So. Well, anyway, that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys liked that. If you did, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel if you're interested in seeing more stuff like this, and we'll see you in the next one.